Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Car Update 2025 Force Gurkha has finally arrived, and it's making waves in the Indian off-road SUV segment. Building on its rugged legacy, the Gurkha has undergone a significant transformation this year, both mechanically and aesthetically. Today, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about the 2025 Force Gurkha: the design, features, performance, off-road capability, pricing, variants, and how it stacks up against the competition. Whether you're an off-road enthusiast, a daily commuter looking for a strong utility vehicle, or just a fan of uniquely capable machines, there's a lot to unpack. Let's start with what's most obvious at first glance. See the exterior. Force Motors has retained the signature boxy silhouette that the Gurkha is known for, but it now carries a more refined edge. The body-on-frame chassis remains, but there are subtle changes that give it a more modern and aggressive stance. The LED headlamps with integrated DRLs are sharper, brighter, and better integrated into the front fascia. The updated grille now features a bolder design with the Gurkha branding instead of the Force logo, reinforcing its identity. The front bumper has also been reworked for better approach angles while adding some style in the form of contrasting skid plates. On the sides, you'll notice larger 18-inch alloy wheels with all-terrain tires that not only improve its stance but significantly enhance its grip on loose surfaces. The fender flares are more pronounced now, and the side steps have been re-engineered to be more durable and less intrusive when tackling steep angles. The snorkel remains a standard feature, yes, even in the bass variant, underlining its water-wading capability, which by the way, remains at a best-in-class 700mm. Moving to the rear, the 2025 model sports LED tail lamps, a reinforced spare wheel mount, and a more ergonomic tailgate handle. The ladder on the tailgate, a fan-favorite feature, has been retained and improved for better access to the roof rack. The roof carrier itself is more robust and now has provisions for mounting jerry cans, traction boards, or even rooftop tents. Now let's talk about what lies beneath that rugged exterior. The 2025 Force Gurkha continues to be powered by the Mercedes-derived 2.6-liter diesel engine, but it's been retuned for better refinement and efficiency. It now produces 95 bhp and 250 Nm of torque. While those numbers may not sound spectacular on paper, it's the torque delivery that really makes a difference. The turbo diesel mill is mated to a 5-speed manual transmission that's been recalibrated for smoother shifts. The gearing is short and tight, exactly what you'd want for serious trail work. And yes, the 4x4 capabilities remain very much intact. You get low-range gearing, front and rear mechanically locking differentials, and a rigid axle setup. Force Motors has also introduced an optional terrain management system for the first time, which allows drivers to tweak throttle and traction settings based on conditions like sand, snow, or rock. This new electronic interface adds a level of convenience without compromising the raw, mechanical nature of the vehicle. Suspension-wise, it's still got independent front suspension and a multi-link setup at the rear, but the dampers have been upgraded to offer a more compliant ride on tarmac while still handling the rough stuff with ease. Ground clearance remains an impressive 210mm, and the ramp breakover angle has seen a marginal improvement due to a redesigned underbody layout. Step inside, and you'll find one of the most significant changes in the 2025 model. Gone are the utilitarian, bare-bones interiors. Instead, you're greeted by a cabin that, while still rugged, is significantly more comfortable. The dashboard has been redesigned with a soft-touch upper section and matte finish panels. The instrument cluster is now a hybrid digital analog unit that gives you access to real-time off-road stats like pitch and roll angles, compass direction, and differential status. The infotainment system is an 8-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support. It's positioned higher for better visibility and is flanked by chunky air-con vents that add a retro-modern appeal. There's also a new 4-speaker audio system that's surprisingly decent, given the vehicle's focus on off-road ruggedness. Seating comfort has also seen a big leap. The new bucket-style front seats offer better lumbar and thigh support, and even the rear bench has improved cushioning. The captain's seat layout for the rear is still available in the 3-door variant, and there's a new 5-door model that features a more family-friendly layout with a bench-style rear seat and an optional third row. Storage options have improved too, with more usable cubbyholes, larger door pockets, and a locking glove box. The central console now features cup holders and a 12-volt charging socket, with additional USB Type-C ports for rear passengers. In terms of features, the 2025 Gurkha now includes rear parking sensors, a reverse camera, dual airbags, ABS with EBD, and electronic stability control. Yes, escape is now standard across all variants. Force Motors has also added hill hold assist and hill descent control, making the vehicle easier to handle for new off-roaders. What about connectivity and tech? The top-end variant gets a basic connected car suite through the Force Link app. It allows owners to track vehicle diagnostics, set service reminders, and even geofence the vehicle. While not as comprehensive as the systems offered by Mahindra or Tata, it's a welcome addition and shows that Force Motors is listening to its customers. So, what are the variants available? There are 3 main trims: the standard 3-door, the 5-door Adventure, and the 5-door Expedition. The standard variant is focused on purists who want an no-frills off-roader with just the essentials. The Adventure trim adds creature comforts like the infotainment system, better upholstery, and additional safety features. The Expedition variant is the most premium, with alloy wheels, connected tech, and more color options, including a new desert sand and military green shade. Speaking of colors, Force has expanded its palette to include 6 options, all with matte or satin finishes that resist scratches better and age gracefully with time. The overall paint quality has improved drastically over the previous model, reducing issues like oxidation and peeling which some users reported in earlier batches. Now let's touch on performance. On road, the Gurkha still isn't a highway cruiser. It'll do 100 km/h comfortably, but anything beyond that and you start to feel the aerodynamics or lack thereof work against you. But that's not what it's built for. Off-road, the Gurkha is a beast. It tackles inclines with ease, shrugs off rocks and ruts, and remains incredibly stable even on extreme articulation points. The low-end torque is always ready, and the locking diffs make a massive difference when traction is scarce. Compared to the Thar, the Gurkha is more mechanically capable off-road, thanks to its locking differentials and higher water weighting depth. However, it lacks the Thar's refinement and broader dealer support. The new 5-door Thar coming later this year might close the gap, but the Gurkha's charm lies in its authenticity. It's a tool built for a purpose. Fuel economy isn't spectacular, hovering around 12 to 13 km/L in mixed conditions, but considering the vehicle's weight and design, it's acceptable. Service intervals have been extended to 12,000 kilometers, and Force is expanding its dealership network aggressively, with 30 new service outlets planned by the end of this year. Pricing is another area where Force has surprised many. The base 3-door variant starts at just under a superscript 115 lakh ex showroom, while the fully loaded 5-door Expedition comes in at around a superscript 118.5 lakh. Given the mechanical features and off-road capability you're getting, it's a solid value proposition. And lastly, let's address the audience Force is targeting. This is not a vehicle for everyone. It's for enthusiasts, adventurers, off-road clubs, rural explorers, and even government agencies. But now, with better comfort, more features, and a new family-friendly 5-door layout, the 2025 Gurkha is branching out. It's not just a hardcore tool anymore, it's a lifestyle vehicle. So, whether you're heading into the mountains, planning a camping expedition, or simply want to drive something that stands out in a crowd of crossovers, the 2025 Force Gurkha deserves your attention. It's no longer just a niche SUV, it's a statement. And that's the complete breakdown of the 2025 Force Gurkha. Rugged, capable, and now a lot more refined than ever. It keeps its roots intact while embracing the modern touches that today's drivers expect. If you found this deep dive helpful, don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you choose the Gurkha over the Thar? Let's talk about it. Let me know if you'd like a version with suggested visual cues or a summarized format for editing purposes.